I read the page.
So tell me, Distrupule, what's written there?
Duelist deliver tam malice, none a liquor party profit. Just click on the one that doesn't have any English in it. The other ones are both versions of him trying to turn the letters into English.
Nullus est liber tam malus, ut non lique parte prosit.
Good heavens! Don't tell me you haven't had lessons before. Excellent. Well, there's nothing more I can teach you. Congratulations. You can go and be ordained right away.
Thank you, Domine. I'm feeling a lot wiser.
Cool. I've learned new levels. I've gained reading powers. I'm level 6. Horsemanship +1. All right, because I have spurs on my feet. I have almost every slot filled right now. So I have riding spurs and stuff like that from the corpses reading. In the flow. When reading, you will get tired and hungry twice as slowly as normal. Does that mean in the like if time is passing while you're in the process of reading, you'll lose less? Like if I read all day, I would somehow not lose as much stuff or something. Is the time? I'm trying to look at the clock. Is it moving right now? Or am I imagining that? I think I'm imagining it. It looks like it's pretty static. I'm hoping this pause menu pauses the game. All books are cheaper in shops. Alright. Minimum level 5. Is it level 5 reading, I assume? Because I am level 6. Neither of these seem like very interesting perks, honestly. But I'll make books cheaper just in case that comes in handy one day. I don't know if the if the reduced hunger is that useful. Mainly because I just don't seem to need it very much in general so far. As far as I know, the game hasn't failed me on any quests, so I think I got away with wasting that time. It's not wasting that time, it's great. I could probably go read the message now above his head. I was just worried that maybe I wouldn't be able to... I'd get in trouble for taking that much time, but I won't know for sure until it's too late anyway. So I still have over 300 groschen. I just spent a portion of what I had spent while I was here. Now let's see if I can trade with him. He has 200 wealth, and he has a lot of books. A lot of books. Huh. Primer 1... A skill book on reading. Can only be achieved after level 5. So are these books that would make me better at reading? Ooh. Ooh. That's a unique... Look at... It's like a unique feature. Primer and Primer 2 have a progress meter and a length. Isn't that interesting? He probably only buys books, so I'm not gonna try to sell to him. But I'll buy a primer. Maybe come back for Primer 2 later. It'll take out like half my money if I try to buy it now.
Let's have a word about the price.
Aye.
Do people's eyes look weirdly dark? I feel like they look weirdly dark.
What about this?
Come now. Just a little more and we have a deal.
Ooh. Ooh. Wow, he made a lot of progress there. I'm a little worried.
Finally, a reasonable sum.
Now I'm curious. How do reading happen in game? Read. Ba ba, black sheep, have you any wool? You'll find out in our latest publication, a primer for the 15th century, coming down soon to a scriptorum near you. Study. Ooh. You know what? I don't need to sleep as much as other people, seemingly. Can Get out of this menu. I don't need to sleep as much as people, and nights are long in this game. So what I'm gonna do, I could do with a little nourishment maybe. I'm gonna wait until the sun starts coming down, and then when it's time, I overate it again, didn't I? Can't you just eat at a reason? What's wrong with this guy? Can he eat until he's full and then stop, like humans do in this realistic game about realism? Oh yeah, you could probably just steal the books if you really wanted to, huh? I wonder if the primer's just sitting on one of these shelves. You're one of those people that'll do that kind of thing. Alright. So I just walked in, learned to read, no big deal. It's easy. It's just something that people do. Obviously. Oh, I need to put it in on my horse so I can walk around at normal speed and have sprinting powers in case I get in a fight. So yeah, when the sun starts going down and the day is over, I'll utilize that time by doing some reading. Since I don't seem to be able to, I seem to never actually need to sleep all night, the way that you might think. So in these situations, the fact that I get a dialogue bonus with commoners seems to really come in handy. I'm not regretting my choice to go in on that at the moment. Oh yeah? What are you doing? You the priest I'm supposed to check with? Father Godwin.
I see you know how to wield a sword, Father. I wouldn't have expected that from a man of the cloth.
With a stick. I practiced with a stick. Reminder of my youth and days gone by, and it helps keep me in good form.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son. And one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
But Lubosh is dead. You can't hurt him, but if you don't tell me, more innocent people may die.
If I told you, I would be betraying a vow that's a cornerstone of the Holy Church. If people believed the sanctity of the confessional couldn't be trusted, the consequences would be even worse than that.
Worse than the death of innocent Christians? Worse than the murderer escaping punishment?
No one escapes punishment.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening, in the tavern, over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
All right. Thank you, Father.
Like, awkward. You see, that was gonna be my reading time with my storybook about the black sheep. Ba ba, black sheep, have you any wool? I'm totally an adult and stuff. But, I guess I could make time. Is this a bad place I'm not supposed to be in? Nope. Figured it might be like the... kind of the monastery or something. It says rob. It explicitly is like, hold this button to rob them. That's a new one for me. Can't even look at it first or anything. Hello, Jesus. Alright, lots of books around. Can't look around. I'm being really fat right now, so I can't really deal with food. That's... Oh, there's my horse. So that I've got in a circle. It's the same lodgings as before. Are you ever going to use it? Or are you just going to stand still? Oh, he's got a hilt and everything. Or, I mean, he's got a sheath for his wooden sword. Alright, so he's going to try to think of a loophole, or... I imagine what he's going to do is he's going to distill the confession and try to look for a piece of... a kernel of information he can give to me that isn't quite the same thing as actually violating the confession itself. Because at this point, it doesn't really matter what incriminates or doesn't incriminate the person themselves. It's just what key information from his confession could be given to prevent murders from happening. It's amazing how basically all of these shacks look like somebody was murdered in them. Like, there's always, like, strewn bodies around that at first glance look like a puddle of blood, and I always worry that something really bad happened. So this is the monastery. Or the church. Whatever applicable word. Oh. Oh, I'm jumping on the graves. My bad. Is it like a doghouse or something? It's so short. Alright. That's unnerving. Huh. Alright. So if I were to take a guess right now about how reading works in this game, because I don't really know, that thing had a rating of 1 to 40, right? Length 40. I would guess that you probably have to read this book for 40 hours in order to finish it. And then once you read it for 40 hours, then you'll have made progress at your reading skill. That's what my guess is. So it's probably going to take a while to go through. But I kind of like the... If I'm right about that, I like the idea of it. The sort of ritual of finding time here and there in your day to read for a few hours. And then when you finish it, you finally finish a book, which is, you know... It's applicable to how long it might take to read a book in real life, generally. Don't know if that book should take 40 hours, but for him it might. Is this the first, like, church-type location I've been to in this game? I don't remember if we visited one early on or not. Kind of feels like it took a surprisingly long time, but I'm a little biased by the... I'm a little biased by things like, Pillars of the Earth, which is a game set in a similar location at a similar time, I think, but is literally named Pillars of the Earth because it's about building a church. Decent companion piece. If you haven't been watching that series already, you can watch it. You can check out the Pillars of the Earth on this channel with the first 2 of the 3. It's split into 3 chunks, I think, and 2 of them are out already, and so I've done those 2. Some similarities of tone and writing. But it's a point-and-click adventure game, which means it has better story pacing, frankly. I don't think I have use for a baker. Unless he's gonna surprise me. Look at all them pies. Those aren't pies. What are they called? Sweet pancakes.
My respects to you.
He sells sweet pancakes, and that's about it. And some honey. And he'll buy my decoction, but I'm not really interested in selling it to him. And he only has 20 gold, so he's not even a good source of money for selling to anyway. Which makes sense. Common workers are probably paying, they're going day to day just to support themselves. So they're probably not likely to have a lot of money lying around. Somebody in this town must work with metal, right? Someone? Every town needs someone that does that, right? Oh, hey! Found the blacksmith. He's real. You have a grindstone, Mr. Blacksmith. Like the other one did. Got the pigs. I don't see a grindstone. I don't want to break into your house. I just want to meet the person who works here. Okay, that gathering looks vaguely suspicious. Or are they just working? Oh, okay. It makes way more sense when the hoes generate in their hands. Although those 2 are inside of each other again. They're tilling the soil, and they're also weirdly in sync with each other. Oh, I guess their shift ended. Huh.
What's that?
Kinda... Okay, everyone needs to stop being startled by me. I'm not even hiding. Well, good news is I found the location where smelting might happen. The bad news is I don't see a person around here that might work. Wait, you work here? Wait, who opened that door?
From over here.
Did that door just open before you got to it? Oh, sorry. You have no business here. Who works over here? I'd like to ask. Hi? Not very encouraging.
God be with you.
Oh, you have dialogue. But it's just Lubosh. Alright, well. Tilling the soil seems to be refreshingly gender neutral, I guess. Wait, two of them are just gonna walk back now? Why'd they walk to the house? Oh well. Don't pay too close attention to the NPCs. They're like random number generators more so than people. I wouldn't be surprised if you can follow one NPC for a while and have them walk into a completely different house because they don't even have set houses or something. Like SimCity. I imagine I won't be super into what you sell, but I'll take a look. I haven't investigated stores very much. Alright, those are food. And just like the other one, they don't have much money. There's definitely different merchants that do higher and lower stakes trading. A lot of these are just people's houses. Well, if I can't find anything else, what I might do is I might go check out the word over the guy's head that I can hopefully read now. And then I might just sit there and read for a while. Interestingly, the ability to read might be a substitute for waiting. In which case, yeah, the fact that it slows down your use of resources in your body might be a really useful little substitute, I suppose, because that would effectively make it so that the ability that when you wait, that waiting will cost less energy and nourishment. That's neat. I mean, I'd take it if it was for free, but it comes at the cost of other skills, and I am more partial to the skill that gives me the ability to buy things for cheaper, which I then immediately have already used, because I bought my item for cheaper. What is this? Is it a charcoal burner? Is it a... Huh. Maybe they're smoking meats inside there, or cooking or something? I don't know. It's probably not for heating the area, because it's not in the house. Or even really near the house. Hip. Don't mind me just hopping fences and running around your neighborhood like a lunatic. I like how much stuff there is here. It's of a believable scale. It interferes a little bit with being able to find the spot you want to find at any given moment, but I do appreciate being able to go around a village and actually have a sense of like, yes, this is a fitting size for a place that people live in. Whereas in many games, it'll be like 3 houses. And you're like, how do these people eat? Where do they go all day? How do they survive? What do you mean this whole village is like 3 houses? Alright, so this is where we started. Which is not an accident. So I want to go back to Lubosh's house with my newfound ability to read and see if I can read the murder graffiti. This is his house, right? Body's gone. They've moved that now. It didn't even rearrange or anything? Oh, you disappoint me, game. Not even an acknowledgement of the fact that I know how to read now? It's in the same town as the ability to read. Why wouldn't it help me read it? That seems like a pretty one-to-one connection to make, right? Oh well, let's check out this side of the town to see if there's different shops around here. Yeah, I can't even click on it. I would settle for it being in a different language that isn't Latin or English, especially since I can't read Latin anyway. Because if it has anything to do with the Cumans, for example, then they speak a different language. Multiple different languages even. But the game just doesn't even acknowledge it. It's the same writing as before, and he doesn't react to it saying, oh yeah, this must not be English. That's a butcher. Can I add you to the map? There we go.
Hey!
What? Yes, hey.
Looking for something around here?
He doesn't like that I walked through that gate, apparently. My bad. A charcoal burner, I assume?
What are you doing there?
Don't mind me, I'm just hopping fences. Woo! No one will suspect the fence hopper. The lunatic. That might be like the only actual business around here in this town. This may have been a terrible mistake. It's fine. If I go back to Ratai, then I'll know what, I'll have an idea of where to sell things. A horse trader. Vashek. Vashek. Haven't I been told to find Vashek before? Find Vashek. Wasn't it like find Vashek? He's the one who repairs Ratay's water mill or something. I guess I could just talk to him. That might help me figure it out.
God be with you. I'd like you to show me how to ride a horse better.
Certainly.
He can actually teach you things. So what does it cost to do beginner, for example?
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost you.
60 for horse riding. Alright.
Maybe another time.
Yeah, I should consider the idea of doing some more training with certain characters now that I have upgrades there. Oh, ran into somebody. But yeah, for the moment it would seem that I don't have much else to do. I'm in this giant town. I have not found a blacksmith. There is an undiscovered location over there. I'll give it a go, just in case. We're definitely just kind of in an exploring mode right now. Yep, inkwells and feathers, because it's the scribe location. What is the unexplored space? Maybe that'll be the one thing I was looking for. If that's the case, I'll be like, thank you, map, for putting that mark there. I think it's going to be that hut. Oh, an archery range. Fantastic. How do you do?
Good health to you.
Is there someone here who can compete with me in archery?
Of course. What do you think this range is for? First, I'll explain the rules to you. You shoot 7, 13, or 21 arrows, depending on who you're shooting against. The straw surround is worth 1 point, the white ring 2, and the bullseye 3. Whoever finishes shooting first gets 3 extra points. The round ends when everyone is finished shooting, and whoever has the most points wins. It's the custom to wager on it, to make it more interesting, see? The better the archers you shoot against, the higher the stakes.
All right, that seems straightforward.
Just one more thing. Don't leave while the contest is underway, and never aim or shoot at anything but the target. Otherwise, you're out. Got it?
Got it.
how good are you with a bow? So I can find you a suitable opponent.
Interesting. Beginner's only 10 groschen, 7 arrows. Very low impact for my current setup, so it's worth taking a risk. Curious about that. So there's a benefit for finishing first. I did not know that. That might have even been true in the previous contest.
I'm a beginner.
Doesn't matter. At least you'll get a bit of practice. Beginners shoot 7 arrows around. Splendid! Here's some arrows for you. But you can use your own if you want. Meanwhile, I'll round up the competition. Right, archer.
Me versus 2 villagers, it looks like. So yeah, I think I only have the one bow, right? Yeah. Other than that, there's arrows. Let's see. There's 2 better hunting arrows. I have 8 long distance arrows. 1 piercing arrow. 15 tournament. Yeah, let's just stick with the tournament arrows. They'll be fine. There's a long distance. Pull out the bow. There we go. All right. Did I just fire that one? I don't know if I fired that one or not. Shit. Ooh. Did I just get a bullseye? I seem to be doing alright. Let's just try to finish first. Oh. Well, I got 3 bonus points. There we go.
Henry here is the winner.
Neat. You actually triple your...
Draw your weapon here.
Put that weapon.
Oh, you fucking hypocrites. I'm sorry. Was there an arrow sticking out of you? Did I imagine? I imagined that, right? I think I imagined that. I think it was just a texture clip that it stood out to me. Alright, well, there's a chance to get a little bit more combat training with a bow. That's nice. Not enough to actually rank up, though. But because it's a 3-person contest, that means that if you win, you triple your money. Which is fantastic. I do not have confidence in my skill, though. Although they were so bad that it worked out. So maybe I should try the next tier, just to see how it goes. The benefit for finishing first definitely seems lucrative. The 3 extra points, because they were garbage. Got at least 1 bullseye, but not about to brag about that, because damn, it's really hard to aim.
Is there someone here who can...
Of course. How good are you?
I've shot a few times.
Then you'll have no trouble finding an opponent. Advanced archers shoot 13 arrows. Splendid! Here's some arrows for you. But you can use your own if you want. Meanwhile, I'll run...
Goodbye, my winnings. Goodbye.
Right, archers. Let's begin.
That's a good start. I'm definitely going for the speed benefit. I'm not very good at this, so I want to get the... use up your arrows first if I can, but that was a bad shot. That's better. When he starts jerking around, you're so fucked. Okay, the innkeeper's gonna win. Getting that bullseye is hard. Oh, was that it? That's a miss. There goes what seemed like my lead, probably. Alright, you gotta hit a bullseye or I win. Shit. Well. Is the villager gonna realize they're supposed to shoot? Oh, another bug? Or is this her strategy? Are you serious? Me and the innkeeper are like, bam, let's do this, and... I lost. But that's fine. I did alright-ish. I got a couple of misses outright, which sucks. But this villager fucking just stopped. I guess if I walk away, I forfeit, which is fine because I did lose anyway. But really, another bug where the
I told you, you're not allowed to leave. You're disqualified.
Put the weapon away before
Fuck
someone tells
you.
the guards and you...
Fuck you. I see your game, lady. I see your strategy. You just stand there for 7 hours until the other people give up, because it's technically not a rule and you having to do it fast, so you just stand still until somebody moves, and then they lose. I see what's going on here. That is some hot bullshit. Alright, well, I'm not playing that minigame again. In a game that does not allow you to save before you do things, I'm definitely not going to, like, deal with the consequences of losing over and over again because a character just stands still and does not partake in the contest at all, which is apparently what can happen. In a buggy game like this one, the player's primary tool that they can use to defend themselves against the bugs is just to save often. Number one thing you hear in any buggy ass RPG is just save often, and then at least you can load when something goes wrong. But this game, despite knowing that it's full of bugs, they had to have known, decided to not give people that tool. And that's so weird. Why'd they do that? Like, they had to know it was a bad idea, right? Surely. Otherwise, what? Let's go sit down somewhere and read. I'm gonna have myself a nice read, and then we'll hopefully get to hear what this guy's clue is when he's good and ready to talk about it. But I'll have to wait until the evening or something. Can I sit here? No. I'm just feels polite to sit down before I force my character to stand up and do it all the time. Meet the parish in the tavern in the evening. Okay, I guess I should go to the tavern then. That's the trade house. That's the tavern. So I'll go to the tavern and I'll read until the evening. And then, we'll respond accordingly. Hello, innkeeper. Who are you? Random villager. Alright. I will sit. And then question my decision. Is this what they mean by tavern? Yeah, this is the tavern. Okay. I wasn't 100% sure if the innkeep in the tavern meant the same place. Alright. Right. I have to teleport it from my horse, which is thankfully a thing I can do. Click. And now we read. Study. Until the evening? That's the evening, right? The circled one? Ooh, progress 30%. Oh, we're reading way faster. I thought it was gonna be 40 hours. Apparently we read way faster than I thought. Neat. %. I might be done reading today. Then I'll be even more better at reading.
1 ale, please.
I've reached a new level at reading. Congratulations, me. What level of reading, though? Reading, level 4. Look at me being a badass. Alright. I'm almost as good at reading as I am at hunting, and that was like a whole thing.